Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahab, Wakakadash, and double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, and to the bishops and elders in Connecticut, and to the high priest that taught our apostles, and to the brothers that's out there putting their lives on the line, making they bodies a living sacrifice for Yahweh Bahasham, Shai, teaching this truth. And this Yah Demar from the Great Millstone, Houston. And I'm gonna come back with you with another lesson. And I forgot to mention this in my last lesson going into King David's mighty men, the tabernacles of David, right? But I'm gonna get into it because I meant to go into that word shaft. They were chafed in spirit. I mean, David mighty, and I put in the chat, GPT, David mighty men were chafed in spirit. So let's get into it. And it said, that's right, good eye. The scriptures describes David's mighty men as being chafed in spirit, meaning they were bitter, distressed, and hardened by the conditions they had lived through. But the Most High turned that into strength. Wow, it's beautiful, you know. But I'm gonna go. They got it right here. But I'm gonna. Well, you know what? I just get it in the blue letter. You know, it's the priest slain it. No, but it says, 1 Samuel 22 and 1. David therefore departed thence and escaped to the cave of Adullam. And when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went down thither to him, right? Because he was escaping from Saul, King Saul, right? Verse 2. And everyone that was in distress, right? And everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented, talking about the mighty men, gathered themselves unto him, and he became a captain over them, and they were with him about 400 men, right? Talking about his mighty men, they was bitter, right? So let's get this in 2 Samuel, because that's the point. 2 Samuel 17 and 8. Let's get it. 2 Samuel 17 and 8. For said Hushai, no, thou knowest. Let's read again. Slaki. 2 Samuel 17 and 8. For said Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, that they be mighty men, and they be chafed in their minds, as a bear robbed of their whelps in the field, right? As an angry bear, you know, as they children, it's not being robbed of their cubs. That's what it's saying in so many words. And their father is a man of war, and will not lodge with the people. I'm going to read that again. 2 Samuel 17 and 8. For said Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, that they be mighty men, and they be chafed in their minds, as a bear robbed of her whelps in the field. And thy father is a man of war, and will not lodge with the people. So yeah, that's going into King David's mighty men. This is an account, that King David's son Absalom, he was trying to get David, trying to take out David, and so he can rule. But shit, his mighty men, there wasn't no way they weren't finna let that happen. But that's the account going into that. Just letting you know, hey, David mighty men wasn't no joke. It was safe in the spirit. But yeah, let's get that word safe. That's what I wanted. Let's get that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. Strong's H4751. More, right? More. Let's see. Let's get into it. Outline of biblical usage. And there you go. See what it says? Bitterness. of water or food, of harlots end of wickedness, cry of pain. But yeah, really bitterness, bitterness. We're gonna go to the root word of that, and that's marah, right? Strong's 4843. Let's get the outline biblical usage. To be bitter, right? To show bitterness. To make bitter. So yeah. See, they was on edge, man. You know, that's why. Let's continue. I forgot I was in chat. Just that chat GPT. Okay, let's see. Let's get back into it. So we read 1 Samuel 22, 1 through 2, right? They was bitter, right? And it says, let me see what they says. That they was in debt, and everyone that was discounted, chafed in spirit, gathered themselves unto him, and he became a captain over them, and were, okay, they got that word discontented in Hebrew is mar napas. I'm guessing that's what it's saying, which literally means bitter of soul, chafed, hardened, dissatisfied with the world, right? You know, we kind of like, we went into that word chafed in a way, right? Yeah, dissatisfied with this world. And that's what the hope, you know, that's what the elect are in a way. I know I am. You know, I ain't trying to put myself in that number, but I hope I am in that number. You know, we be sick of this world, you know. So it says, so David's army was made up of pampered men of ease. These were men who had been oppressed, wronged, in debt, and distressed. The Most High brought them together under David, right? Sound like a particular men to me, and they became Israel. What's that? Fierce warriors, Salakia, loyal, disciplined, and unstoppable. This is spiritual too. This is spiritual too, just like those men, the elect, right? Today are often the ones shaped in spirit. Yeah, we pretty much are. You know, the men that's in the know, that's serving Yahweh by some shop, man, we be shaped in spirit, man. We tired of this place. You know, it ain't no wars meat spirit, but we sick of this goddamn place, excuse my French. Not satisfied with this world, see? Bitter against wickedness and looking for the kingdom to come. And Lord, we're looking for the kingdom to come, Then it says, so yes, David mighty men were shaped in spirit. And that's what made them dangerous in righteousness, right? So yeah, man, we don't try to be carnal, but if you come at us, we ain't no choir boys. You try to, we'll try to avoid certain things, but you come at us with that bull, shit, you'll get handled, So yeah, man, I hope this has been edifying and to the point. But I had forgot to. I wanted to mention this in my last lesson I did. So, until next time, I hope this been edifying and to the point. And I want to give all praises due to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahab Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, and to the bishops and elders in Connecticut, and to the high priest that taught our apostles, and to the brothers that's out there fighting and putting their lives on the line. Until next time, Shalom.